For even those of us so-called lucky mediocre regular people who can afford a plane ticket, traveling is still but a hassle. From waiting to catch the plane just to be bamboozled with another 3-hour delay, or then bursting open a couple of your brain's nerves from the child sitting next to you screaming on top of their lungs with nothing but patience and the wait for the flight to be over at your disposal. But does it ever occur to you that this is nothing like the travel experience of the rich? Well, don't forget to watch the video till the very end because today we are bringing you complete, unrestricted insight into how the billionaire CEOs travel. But before we begin the video, we request you to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you never miss another upload of the future millionaire. With that out of the way, let's jump right in. Number 6. Private jet. Professional or personal? Unlike the most of us, the wealthy consider luxurious private jets for themselves and their families not a luxury but simply reimbursable corporate expenses. Why, you may ask? Well, conveyance is largely thought to be a matter of security, and most billionaires plan out their travel in collaboration with their work trips. For instance, taking their family with them as they make a small work stay in Dubai for a couple days prior to jetting off to, let's say, Maldives for a fun family vacation. Safety is a word more legitimately thrown around by government officials such as former presidents, etc. But if you're talking about CEOs and other businessmen, they prefer to be productive on planes. And really, if you think about it, if you can be offline for 10 hours without any major problems, then you really can be all that important. Also, keep in mind, in the era of commercial flights beginning to now ban laptops, private planes sound like a wonderful way to ensure that work gets done if you can afford it. They often bring along their pet animals just because they can. Number 5. Many hands make light work. Behind every VIP itinerary, there are multiple layers of hardworking experts putting their utmost efforts and ridiculous hours towards coordinating the logistics for the trip. They have an air department, a ground department, and in-between department, along with those fancy executive assistants working parallel to each other in an intricately interwoven way, just to make sure everything is exactly the way they like to travel every single step of the way. To top that, we mustn't forget the entire team of a wealthy CEO's personal assistants, who often prove extra valuable because the term personal preferences falls very high on the things to consider list of the wealthy. Therefore, for a successful trip, keeping note of the individual's preferences for air travel can be among the most important things to consider. To serve you an example of this, some richies may want a particular make and model for their airport transfer for vanity. Some may alternatively want to be picked up right next to the aircraft for speed, while others may be rather particular about having 2 pilots even on a tiny helicopter for paranoia. So to produce a structured schedule that which is expertly balanced with unplanned spare time for relaxation. Number 4. Don't toot your own horn. It is perhaps not the smartest thing to brag to your bosses about your Platinum Elite Marriott Reward status because the likely chances are they won't be the least impressed. This is largely due to the fact that the wealthy couldn't really care less about such rewards or points that offer them amenities or free breakfasts or upgrades. Since money is not a concern, they quite understandably prefer to book the room they want from the very beginning, rather than digging deep on the internet for more economical options like the most of us. Number 3. The perfect home away from home. As humans, our minds and bodies adjust to the conditions that we most often expose them to. This means since the wealthy normally live at home constituting quite a lavish lifestyle, they also, therefore, seek and love top luxury accommodations. The 5 key things they're quite specific about are good lighting, outdoor space, seamless technology, high-end luxurious furniture, and surprisingly, most of all, a super comfortable bed. Further, incorporating specific outstanding views such as the sight of the Eiffel Tower right outside your bedroom window can't be so bad either. And if you're wondering about the rooms and resorts on CEO's bucket list, pick up your phone and Google the likes of the Brando, which by the way is a private island resort in Tahiti that was once owned by Marlon Brando, the Old Royal Suite at the Four Seasons in Lanai, Hawaii, and the private villas at Casting Lion del Bosco, a Tuscan village turned Rosewood Resort by the god of fashion himself, Massimo Ferragamo. Number 2. The little things. Another lesser-known secret about the travel planners that the billionaires employ is the fact that although they may have already made the best and most fitting plane and hotel bookings, they don't from there onwards leave it all to the respective managements, because they're smart enough to know that although they made the best arrangements, they're still not the ones executing the services they book. This way, they responsibly transfer high-powered requests into equally high-powered hands, ensuring that detailed requests such as in-room yoga mats and, blenders for protein shakes don't ever go overlooked. A top tip on the matter is booking yachts, villas, and residences in place of traditional hotels. Wherein you can control the staff-to-guest ratio yourself, guarantee privacy, and custom-pick chefs or butlers whom you know will strike the right chords. Number 1. Thank you, maybe. Here's a shocker. CEOs can be difficult. They very well can be the constant nagging type, sending round-the-clock texts and emails complaining that the weather was too hot in, let's say, Italy, despite the fact that all their family's activities were thoughtfully scheduled in the early hours. What's more, the 12-year-olds to these moguls can be just as difficult as the parents, if not more, with over-the-top criticisms for just about every rich kid activity that's planned out for them. However, this isn't always the case by a rule of thumb. Some really wealthy individuals can turn out to be really nice people who generally appreciate everything, which is why it isn't uncommon to receive flowers and thank you notes or even photo books filled with vacation snaps from happy clients. But before you begin your hunt to become a wealthy CEO's assistant, keep in mind it's usually thoughtful stuff which is most likely not a Ferrari outside your apartment. Ladies and gentlemen, those were the 6 things that are a must for most billionaires in their successful travel plans. Let us know what you think about this matter in the comment section below. If you liked our video, do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to join us next time for more of such interesting yet informative content. Toodles!